The Yakuza franchise is known for its fun and exciting gameplay, the dramatic and well-written stories, the fun but interesting characters, and the side activities throughout the world. Yakuza Kiwami is one of the only games in the franchise with most of these. Now, that sentence might offend some of you, but in my opinion, Yakuza Kiwami is one of the greatest games in the franchise. It serves to be the first proper Yakuza game, with one of the most interesting stories and balanced gameplay. Except that fucking piece of shit! Dragon style! I mean, who the fuck thought that was a good idea? The game's introduced a lot of us to the Yakuza and provides interesting characters to bring us into the world. It's also one of the only good things to come out of Japan besides—
Are we gonna be safe alone with you? What?
In this video, I'll cover both the gameplay and the story of Yakuza, so whether you're a veteran or someone with no idea who the fuck Goro Majima is. I hope you enjoy. Now, for the sake of clarity, even though it's in the title, I know nobody reads those. I'm playing the Kiwami version of the original Yakuza. Kiwami is a 2016 remake that improves the gameplay and cutscenes in order to give the player an easier time. Since I don't have a PS2 and don't hate myself enough to play the original, I'll be playing this version on the PlayStation 5 thanks to backwards compatibility. The story begins in 1985, as we get a glimpse of Kiryu Kazuma standing over a corpse. The rain is coming down hard, before some police officers rush into the room. We then turn back the clock to find out the truth of what happened. Before I fully explain the intro, I need to explain some characters and dynamics first. The protagonist is a man named Kiryu, a strong-willed person with a strong moral compass. He's an interesting protagonist because of his strength, not just in combat but in mentality. Throughout the whole series, he loses a lot of people and his life gets completely fucked, but he stays strong for the people he cares about and his ideals. Another important thing to note is that he's known by many as the Dragon of Dojima. His best friend is a man named Nishigiyama, who he grew up with and sees as a brother. They have a close bond and have been through a lot of things together. His other childhood friend is a woman named Yumi, who Kiryu is in love with. All three of them grew up in Sunflower, an orphanage run by Kazuma-san, who's like a father figure to Kiryu and Nishiki. Returning back to the story, one night Kiryu's patriarch Dojima was forcing himself onto Yumi. Nishiki, trying his best to protect her, shoots and kills him. When Kiryu arrives on the scene, Yumi is frozen in fear while Nishiki breaks down. Kiryu tells Nishiki to take Yumi and run, offering himself up to take the fall for Dojima's death. He's then arrested, with the entire Tojo clan believing one of their members with the highest respect betrayed them.
Nishiki. Dojima Kumicho. Kiryu. KumichoがYumiを無理やりだから撃っちまったんだ。カッとなっちまって何発もYumiおいしっかりしろ。やっちまった。東上界の大幹部を。錦、弓を連れて逃げろ。何言ってんだ。おめえこそ弓連れて逃げろ。お前がいなくなったら妹はどうなるんだ。次の手術が最後なんだろう。そんな時お前がいねえで誰がいてやるんだ。だからお前はここにいちゃいけねえんだ。でもお前は行け錦、弓を頼む。桐生は行け。
When Kiryu gets out of prison, Kamurocho is an entirely different beast. He has trouble getting used to how much the outside world has evolved around him. Luckily, one of his most trusted friends throughout the franchise is here to help, Goro Majima.
やっぱりキリュウちゃんやったんか。真島の兄さん、ご無沙汰してます。この度出所してまいりました。お前がそろそろ出てくるらしいと聞いてな。こうしてここで張っとったんや。やっぱり俺の勘に狂いはなかったわ。
Majima is one of, if not the most popular character in the entire series, and for good reason. He has a lot of entertaining moments with Kiryu and even shares a game as a playable character with him. Majima is a great character, but his purpose here introduces us to the absolute worst thing in the game, the Dragon style. In Yakuza Kiwami, there are 4 styles to choose from. The Brawler style, which is the standard one and the most balanced. The Rush style, where you can attack and dodge rapidly. The Beast style, where you take longer to attack but deal way more damage. And finally, the Dragon style. This fucking style only upgrades automatically, and that only happens when you level up your Majima Everywhere rank. Which, good luck doing that, because you have to fight Majima multiple fucking times for each rank up, and they start repeating the ambush scenes. I don't want to get into an unhinged rant, so actually, fuck that! The style is so fucking garbage, and whoever came up with the concept is a baboon brain fucking idiot that should be fired. I like Majima as a character, and I like the idea. However, the execution says that the people who made this have never played a video game in their life. Going back to the main story, Kiryu has multiple objectives throughout the game. Beat up Majima, find out who sold the 10 billion, find out where Yumi and her sister is, and meet with Nishiki. After Kiryu was arrested, Yumi fled the hospital and essentially vanished. The only person she was in contact with is a young girl named Haruka. Haruka is the daughter of Yumi's sister, who Kiryu meets alone in a bar. Haruka requests Kiryu's help in finding her mom, and he begins to look after her since they have the same goal. Kiryu also becomes friends with an officer named Date who doesn't believe that he's guilty and helps him throughout the game. Both of these characters are important for the rest of the franchise, so make sure to remember them. While Yumi was running off, Nishiki was breaking down. At first, after Kiryu was arrested, Nishiki wanted to start his own family in order to help him when he gets out of prison. However, thanks to literally everyone treating him like garbage, he snaps one day and starts killing people with glee.
Wow, I'm so cool. I'm a badass, because after I stabbed a guy, I pushed my hair back.
But how did Nishiki fall off so hard? Well, to start off, he was getting berated by pretty much everyone for being a dumbass and a terrible captain. Everyone told him that Kiryu would have been much better, and not only that, his sister was in the hospital around the time Kiryu was arrested. Nishiki sent out the people under him to collect enough yen to pay for her medical bills, which resulted in them taking over territory from other Tojo clan subsidiaries. I hope I said that word right. I don't know how to say that word. Nishiki is punished and berated for this, but gets the money anyway. However, once he pays off the doctor, he discovers that it was all a scam. The doctor was in debt to the Yakuza and pays them off before skipping town immediately. Nishiki discovers this the hard way and loses his sister.
借金まみれでギャンブル狂いの医者にも感謝した方がいいな。医者？でもあの野郎も急に金ができたから返済するとか抜かしやがって、一体何やりかしたんだろうな。そいつからいくら切り取ったんだ？3000万だ。親の遺産でも入ったのかね。おい、何なんだ？3000万用意できますか？野郎、どこに行きやがった？
日吉先生でしたら、私たちナースも困ってるんです。さっき急に院長に辞表を渡したとかで逃げるように出て行ったっきり連絡もつかなくて、何か あったんですか？
クソみてえなやつにも頭下げて死ぬ気で金を用意したってのに、今までの時間は一体何だったんだ。もう優子には時間がねえってのに。
He's a tragic character, but at the same time you're also upset at him for fucking over Kiryu so much. The whole 10 billion yen thing is just a string that connects these plot lines together, with enemies of Kiryu believing Haruka is the key to understanding everything. I won't get into any more of the story, as I hope you can play the game for yourself and experience the narrative. Yakuza Kiwami's story is memorable and well written, and one of the best in the series. When it comes to the gameplay, Yakuza mostly follows the same loop in each game. Beat the shit out of guys, charge a blue bar, and then watch the cool finisher. I'm not trying to slander the gameplay though, this general idea is fun throughout. Except the guns. Why are there guns? In the Yakuza series, if you get shot, you drop to the floor slowly and take 5 years to get back up. And then what makes it worse, especially in this one boss fight on the roof, you can get shot off screen and it's the most boring thing to get shot multiple times in one battle. There's also tons of sub-stories around the city that you can do, however, honestly, this is one of those games in the series I had no interest at all to play any of them. It also has a very common problem I think needs to be addressed more in the gaming space. Games like to force side content or force shitty mechanics into the main story. Nothing takes me out of a game more than when I'm chasing after my dying friend just to have a group stop me in the middle of the road to pretend that I injured one of them. Some of you might not mind, but it's called side content for a reason. The main content should be the main story, instead of padding it out with weird diversions. This is especially awful in the Judgment games. Other than that and the Dragon style, I think the gameplay in Yakuza Kiwami is some of the best in the entire series. Probably because a lot of the games have pretty bad combat. You know, like 3, 4, 5, 6, and Kiwami 2 to some extent. But anyways, overall, Kiwami does a lot of things great. The story is fantastic, the gameplay with some problems is still very fun, and while I wasn't as interested, some of the sub-stories have funny moments in them. This is a great game to start the franchise with introductions to many characters that will be essential to the plot going forward. So, should you buy Yakuza Kiwami? Well,
Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above.